This is the Hoka Mach X2. It's Hoka's answer to a super daily trainer, essentially. It's got a plastic plate in it, 2 layers of foam, a massive stack height, and I'm gonna take it for a session and see how it holds up. I've heard it's got one big issue, but will that be a factor in deciding whether I like this shoe or not? Stay tuned, let's go and run this session. Okay, welcome to the wonderful Town Moor. I've ordered the perfect, atmospheric, authentic British summertime weather for the middle of July. Hot, humid, cloudy, no sun. But there we go, we're here. I'm very excited to put these shoes on. I last tried them in April at a test event I went to in Stoke. I made a reel about that on Instagram, thought I was gonna make a video, but didn't in the end. And I tried them on and really liked them, and I've been intrigued ever since then. So I'm very excited to put them on for this session. It's also my first session back from being ill, injured, operated on, wounded, whatever you want to call it. So it's just gonna be a simple one, 10 by 1 minute on, 1 minute off at a hardish effort. It'll probably be around threshold pace and not threshold effort, something like that. I'm just gonna go for it, have a little bit of fun and test out these shoes. As I mentioned in my intro, there's one issue that is plaguing runners who run in this shoe, so I'm very interested to try that out. I already have some thoughts based on my warm-up. They're all positive, pretty much. Let's get started with the session. I'm gonna do a couple of strides, see how they feel at that faster pace, and then I will let you in on some of the stats and features you can find in this wonderful shoe. The rain is setting in horrible gusty showers, and that is really quite heavy now actually. Oh, it's horrid. So it's a good test for the shoes. Oh, it's a little bit wet, so I better get running so I can stay warm. My feet are pretty wet, so they're not waterproof shoes, but I think we knew that. Oh my goodness. What biblical conditions for the first session back. Right, I'm just gonna get cracking because it is absolutely horrible. 1 minute on, 1 minute off, 10 of them in the Hoka Mach X2. Let's get going, here we go. So let's talk stats. I'm a bit late to the party with this one. It was released in September of 2024, so it's been out for almost a year now. Very late to getting my hands on it, but there we go. And Hoka advertise it as that kind of super daily trainer that people are hyping up so much these days, that has slightly better foam in it, sometimes has a plate in it, but isn't your out and out racer with a carbon plate that's gonna be really expensive and only gonna last for 200 kilometers. This is meant to be a bit more of a daily option, a bit more affordable for people, and it comes in at a retail price of £170. Now, of course, these days you can find that way cheaper, down to like 125, 120. I didn't pay full price for it, but I think it does have a lot of value. So let's talk through some of the reasons that make this shoe unique and as good as it is. First of all, it's got a huge stack height. You can see that, it's like a boat, it's massive. It's got a whopping 44.6 millimeters in the back to a 33.7 millimeters in the front. Now, I got this from the Run Repeat website where they actually measured it. Hoka measure their stack heights a bit weirdly. They do it from the heel and then also kind of halfway through the midfoot here, whereas a lot of other companies will do it close to the forefoot. So Hoka say that it's a 44 to 39 millimeter drop, so not quite as much drop as Run Repeat found, but that's because they measure it more at the midsole, where obviously it's a little bit higher still. Either way, it's a massive chunk of foam you've got on the bottom of your foot. But what exactly is that foam? Well, as you can see, we've got two different colours here. We've got blue and a white. Now, this blue is what we're really interested in. This is an ultra responsive PIBA foam top, so it's not just your everyday EVA. It's the kind of foam that would be used in race shoes, at least for Hoka. So this is what's going to give you a really good amount of energy return, and that is paired with the white, which is just your standard EVA, adds durability, adds stability, and that mixture makes it a bit cheaper for a start, a bit more durable, so you can run sessions in it. It'll last a bit longer than a race shoe, but will still give you that responsiveness you want from the PIBA foam at the top. As you can also see, the PIBA foam goes down lower at the front, which suggests it's going to help forefoot strikers a bit more. I have a kind of midfoot to forefoot strike, and I find it's really, really responsive. People who are heel striking are going to be landing more just in the EVA and won't quite feel as much benefit. So it's definitely tailored towards the forefoot striker. And the other thing that I'm sure you've noticed is this little bit here. This is part of the plastic plate they have. It's a P-Bax plate that runs through the length of the shoe and comes out in little wings here, adds stability to the shoe because it's so high. That's our kind of main concern, is your foot's going to be wobbling around all over the place if you're not careful. That's helped by the plate and by the amount of solid EVA foam in there. It's also got what Hoka love to call an early stage meta rocker. What does that even mean? Basically, it goes up at the front quite a bit, not quite as aggressive as some of their other shoes, but as you toe off, your foot comes off the ground, you're really going to feel that it's propelling you forwards. It's not flat like some Easy Day shoes, they're a bit flatter. Rockers are a classic thing that sound really cool in shoes, and everyone advertises their shoes as having rockers, but to be honest, all it is a little bit of a curve at the top. Shoes that are a bit more aggressive, like the Hoka Cielo X1 2.0, have a bit bigger of a rocker. It's got a good rocker to propel you forwards. It follows your foot movement. That's all you really need to know by that fancy terminology. What about the fit? Well, it's not super narrow as Hoka shoes go. It could be worse, but it's still a pretty snug fit. It's not massively wide. You can see the toe box tapers off quite a lot at the front there in comparison to some other shoe brands, maybe Asics, something like that has a bit of a wide toe box. It does taper off quite quickly. Now, I'm a bit of a biased person here because, as you probably know from the channel, I love Hoka shoes and I love how they fit me, so I'm not the best representative for this. It does feel snug, and I'll get onto the upper in a minute. If you have wide feet, you probably don't want to be going for this one. In addition to that, it's also quite low profile, which means the top isn't that high up. That's the maximum kind of inflation of it, if you like. So if you've got quite a high foot that comes up quite high, especially here, you might find it a little bit uncomfortable. It also comes in at 247 grams, making it surprisingly light for the size that it is. Not massively light, but it's not a heavy shoe at all. You can feel that for the amount of foam there is, it's really good weight. And that's partly due to the upper, which we will come to in just a minute, but let's finish my session first.
Okay, that's 3 down. Don't know what pace I'm hitting. I'll have to wait until after. See that, just going off effort, which is hard but smooth. Obviously the legs feel quite a bit better than the lungs, at least at the moment. But yeah. Oh no, into the wind this way. Oh dear, shoes are feeling class, I have to say. Right, let's go. There we go. Oh, I felt that. Chest pain, legs decent, could be a lot worse, but don't think it's used to breathing that hard, haven't done it for a while. Okay, oh yeah, good to be back. Gosh, feel like a bit of a mess. Great test of the shoes with that session. I'm very happy with them. Yeah, I'll share all the details when I get back. Let's talk about the Hoka Mach X2.
Let's talk about the upper then. So it's this engineered mesh upper, super lightweight, super breathable, gonna keep you cool, fast. You're not having a heavy, like knitted upper. This is also where the shoe has received the most criticism, because this heel tab has been giving everyone Achilles issues, apparently. It's not very padded back there. They've got 2 little bits of padding right in there, but apart from that, it's a pretty thin Achilles and generally a thin upper. This is where I'm gonna start to put my opinion in. So the first time I put this on, I thought, oh yeah, lightweight, didn't have any problems at the test event that I did. When I got my pair, and I went half size down from what I had at the test event as well, went down to 10.5, and I was running the warm up and I thought, oh, interesting. That doesn't quite feel as comfortable as a lot of other shoes. So I did a heel lock, as you can see here, played around with the tightness a bit, and now it's fine. I've done another session in it since then, and I didn't have any bother at all. It's not the most comfortable upper, but if that's taking away some of the weight and making it feel a bit faster for you, I think there's some value to that. This is something they're really going to upgrade in the next version, because for me, the midsole has absolutely no problems. It's just that upper that is a bit uncomfortable. They're going to be improving that in the Mach X3, which is coming out in September of 2025, and I will do my best to get my hands on that as soon as it comes out, because I think comparison between the two would be amazing. If they sort this upper, they're absolutely flying. That's the only real bit that people haven't loved with this shoe. Some people think it's fine and great. It just depends on your foot shape and your size and what size you get and everything like that. Let's talk some pros and cons. First of all, this midsole is so responsive, so good, makes you feel really, really fast. It's got a lovely level of pop and protection is what I'd say. You get that pop from the PIVA foam, you get the protection from the EVA. Perfect for sessions, especially sessions that you want to run there, that you do your warm up and your cool down in the same pair of shoes without having to change shoes. It's great, and it'll be durable, so you don't have to like worry about how much mileage you're doing in this shoe. That is where it really plays into its super daily trainer kind of role. I wouldn't do easy runs in it myself. Hoka have good easy run options in the Clifton and Bondi, etc. But if I had to do an easy run, I could do a long run in it, that kind of thing. So massive pro is the versatility of it, pop and responsiveness. I really like the stack height actually. It's nice and protective. I didn't think it was too unstable. I have quite a neutral gait anyway, so I'm not the sort of biggest test for it, but actually I did not find any stability issues. Yeah, going around corners you feel it a little bit, but actually not nearly as bad as it could be with the kind of height. Grip on the outside is surprisingly good. I would have thought it would be a bit worse, but I've done this session as you saw in the rain, and I did another session on wet ground on like tarmac, and I didn't have any grip problems at all, which I thought really could be a problem. Also ran on gravel in it as well. Not a problem there. Plenty of coverage of this rubber as well, so you're not going to wear away this foam too badly. Especially good if you're a forefoot striker. You're really going to feel the benefit of that PIVA foam, feeling like it's popping you forwards. I felt the benefit so much, especially when I was on my forefoot. Felt like it was putting me into a good stride, or a stride that I kind of want, and really helped propel me along in these sessions. There aren't many cons in my opinion. That upper is the only con that I can really think of. It just isn't that comfortable, and I know it's not meant to be. It's prioritizing lightness over comfort, but they could have done something a bit better. It is only like, it's not a racing shoe, so you don't need that really, really lightweight upper. And this is something they're going to really improve in the Mach X3. I've seen photos of it online, and it has a much better upper, similar to that of the Cielo X1 2.0. Hopefully they're going to sort out this heel counter, because it's just not that brilliant. I'd like the tongue to be a tiny bit longer as well. I've had a couple of Hoka shoes, like the Speed Goat as well, has a bit of a short tongue, especially when you're heel locking it. But apart from that, it is such a fantastic shoe, which is why I'm so excited for the Mach X3 to come out, because I just think that is going to be a brilliant upgrade, and it could become one of my favourite shoes. So stay tuned for then. I will get that in and give it a test. If you're asking me, should I buy this shoe? Well, it's 2 months till the Mach X3 comes out, less than that even. I'd say probably don't, to be honest. Don't buy this shoe yet. Either wait until the Mach X3 comes out, get that, or get this when it's even more discounted. This is a fantastic shoe, and if you have no problems with the upper, you're gonna love it, but I think the Mach X3 will be even better, so I'm excited for that. That's the Mach X2. Comparison video coming soon. For now though, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.